Ladies and gentlemen, here are tonight's Molson Canadian 3 stars of the game as selected by Hockey Night in Canada. Your third star tonight, from your Edmonton Oilers with his 19th goal of the season, number 27, Milan Lucic. Your second star tonight, from the Anaheim Ducks, number 36, John Gibson. And your first star tonight, from your Edmonton Oilers with 1 goal and 2 assists, number 97, Connor McDavid. And now down to Oilers TV's Tom Gazzola, who's with number 97 of your Edmonton Oilers.
Connor, wow, how do you sum up that game?
It's hard to put words on it. It's so special. Playing in front of you guys every night, it makes it so fun. We're so excited to play playoffs in front of you guys. Keep doing what you do. Be loud. You're the best fans in the league.
9 of your last 10 you've won. In first place in the Pacific Division. Where are you guys at right now, confidence-wise?
So confident. We feel we can beat anyone. We're feeling real good about ourselves. We're searching for that home ice advantage to play in front of you guys. It's a lot of fun right now.
Connor, tremendous game. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers defeat the Anaheim Ducks 3-2.
The Edmonton Oilers organization would like to thank all fans.
Walking in right-hand side. Beautiful move to his backhand. Around Lindholm in front. Wrist shot, score! Connor McDavid, right circle. 1-0 Edmonton. What a move by Maroon, and what a finish by McDavid. He's got 29, and the Oilers finally break through.
Patrick Maroon's had it going on. He's tried that sort of drag move where he uses his size and frame and protects the puck, and twice he's beaten Duck defenders wide back behind the goal, and that's Hampus Lindholm. That's one of their best. And then Kessler tried to swat at it on the backhanded pass in front. He missed it. And right in the right spot was Connor McDavid, and that was a heck of a shot up high to the blocker's side on Gibson, and the Oilers have the lead.
And then Kessler compounded missing the puck by screening Gibson. In fact, I think it might have been double screen in front of John Gibson. I'm not sure Lindholm wasn't in his way either. 10 power play goals on the year for he and Draisaitl, who now has the puck. Face-off dot right side. Talbot still in the pipes. Draisaitl shoots, save, rebound kick, back to Draisaitl. Open McDavid, and the pass was just off the mark. Got it back. Draisaitl, one-timer save, rebound, score! Milan Lucic has tied the game with 1:58 to go. Edmonton kept peppering the Anaheim net, and finally this game is tied.
Lucic with the net front presence, but Connor McDavid again on a bit of a foible with the puck, makes a quick decision through the seam. Draisaitl, now he has a 10-game point scoring streak to the net, and Lucic will never score an easier goal. Nothing John Gibson could do. We are tied at 2 with less than 2 to play.
Lucic got the inside position on Kessler, who was up a bit high, and backhanded it home for his 19th goal of the year. Tonight on a slapper. Fell down, and here come the Oilers, 2-on-1 to win it. McDavid in from the left-hand side. Draisaitl waits. There's a centering pass. One-timer, score! Leon Draisaitl for the second time this year has beaten.
You know, it was a great win. You know, we battled with them all night. They're a tough team. You know, we did a good job and found a way to win a hockey game.
Power play through the night had been giving you a little bit of a tough go. What did you maybe say heading into that final one to try and calm it down?
Yeah, power play was bad all night, real bad. You know, we generated a few chances, but didn't really have any zone time. You know, a huge goal for our group. Yeah.
Discuss just that overtime winner, kind of that gets left. So then you have some time to work with you early on as well.
Yeah, kind of lucky that he fell. You know, just tried to pounce on the puck and get a good first step. Leon got a good step too. They had back pressure, and we found a way to get a big goal for our group.
You guys get through the checking with Kessler and Getzlaf. You're going to get used to that kind of coverage. Is it just a battle?
It's just a battle, yeah. You know, you know, it's taken me a long time to figure out how to play against this team. You know, but you just got to bear down and try and outwork them, and yeah, they're good at what they do.
Does it?
Thanks.
Quite a bit. What did you maybe say before that last one to try and dial it in a bit?
I think we were, you know, trying to make the extra pass a little too much, and I think there was more of a shooter's mentality on the last power play, and you know, fortunate for the puck to be laying there in the right spot at the right time, and you know, ends up being a big tying goal. So good job by the whole power play to step up when we needed it the most, and it's nice to get those 2 points.
This is a team that's playing its best hockey at the most important time. You get a game tonight that you pull out of the fire. Someone falls in OT, you get a 2-on-1 with a perfect two guys. Does it seem like maybe something special's going on here?
It definitely feels like it. You know, it's like you said, ever since the calendar turned over to March, it just feels like everything's rolling in the right direction. You know, from the goaltending to the defensive play and guys stepping up offensively, and also, you know, with the crowd too. I mean, I'm sure you guys felt the energy, you know, cranking up as we get closer to playoff time here, and that's important for us too. You know, we feed off of that energy that the fans provide us, and you know, and that's what makes this time of year so fun. Is every game means so much, and good spot to be in, that's for sure, with 5 games left.
What do you think it felt like, to be Ryan Getzlaf? He falls, he looks up, and there goes 97 and 29 and a 2-on-1.
Like you said, you know, best 1-2 punch in the league, right? With goals and assists. So, you know, probably fortunate bounce for us, unfortunate bounce for him, and like I said, it was just great to come out on top. Yep.
Records resonate with you, but does that one that one special?
Anytime your name is anywhere near Grant Fuhr's name, it's pretty special. So to be on that list is a pretty big achievement, but it just goes to show the kind of team that we've got in this room this year, and how we've come together and how hard we've played. And I mean, what else can you say about the guys in front of me tonight? They did a hell of a job coming back there, and big win in overtime there.
Any Grant Fuhr memories? Did you watch him as a kid? Did you like his style? Do you remember anything about him?
Don't remember a whole lot, no. I mean, he went through his prime, I think, a little bit. I mean, they won most of the cups before I was even born, so don't remember too much about him. You hear his legacy and stuff like that, and it's pretty amazing. So, like I said, anytime your name is anywhere alongside his, it's pretty special.
guys, what did you try and do on that last one to maybe settle it down a bit?
Yeah, I think you said it right. We just tried to settle down a little bit. Obviously, I think it was a little frustrating in the second period. Our power play couldn't really get anything going, no momentum. And that's the least thing you want. You want to get momentum for your team, and we couldn't really do that. So it was frustrating, but we talked in the intermission and came out with a pretty good power play.
When did you kind of realize that you and Connor would have that kind of, like, did you see Getzlaf slip, and then what was sort of your mindset as that happened?
Well, I kind of saw it with my left eye, I guess. I just saw Connor take off, and then it's pretty hard to keep up, let me tell you. But I just got on my horse and tried to catch up and get open for a shot. And he's if not the best player at this in the league. Finding a guy joining.
I know you don't know what NHL playoff hockey necessarily feels like, but the intensity level of these games, the way you guys are grinding them out, do you feel like you're getting battle hardened for playoffs?
Yeah, for sure. I think we said that a while ago, that every game's a playoff type game now, and tonight was I think the best example. I think we grinded for 60 minutes. We needed more than 60 minutes to get 2 points, and a lot of times that's what it's going to take in the playoffs. Grind it out. There won't be very many scoring chances. So I think the guys are getting used to it, and that's a big thing for us.
Thanks.
We didn't play 60 minutes of hockey tonight. I thought that first period we sat back a lot. But we played a good hockey team. I mean, they're fighting for their lives too, and we're going to be able to finish games like that.
When you blow a tire on 3-on-3 like that.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling, that's for sure. It's my responsibility to take care of that puck, and obviously turned a little bit too sharp and caught my foot. So those things happen, and I got to live with it and go on tomorrow.
So this makes a great playoff preview, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously both these teams are elite teams, and the margin for error is minimal, and they got a late power play and they capitalized on it. So we just got to regroup and go back again tomorrow.
What do you think? Gibson coming in after being off for so long, and like first shift, he's got McDavid coming in 2-on-1 right out of the gate.
Yeah, he asked us for that. So he, obviously Gibby's he's a world-class goalie. He's played outstanding all year, and obviously we didn't want to give him that much work in the first, but it allowed him to settle in and play his game.
A tough back-to-back actually now. The Edmonton-Calgary trips now back to where it used to be in the old days with the Death Valley. Would we prepare for Calgary tomorrow?
Well, it's a big game again. Obviously these teams are teams we're fighting with for the division, for our spots in the playoffs, and we got to continue pushing forward and getting our points.
Ron, for Gibson coming back in and playing so well tonight, what's that going to do for the confidence of this team in the last week?
Well, it keeps it the same. I mean, we've never had any doubt in our goaltending throughout this whole year. Those two guys have battled for us all season, and obviously Bernie did a heck of a job when Gibby was out. So no matter who was in the net, we're good.
After a night where the power play was maybe stumbling a little bit, what did they do? Just kind of settle it down a little bit on that time?
Well, we recovered a loose puck, and it was almost out, and we recovered it and scored when they were out of position. But they're one of the top penalty kill teams in the league, and nothing's easy at this time of the year. We have to remind our players about that between the second and third, that it's just not on cruise control. It doesn't happen for you. There's a lot of frustrating moments that play itself out at this time of the year, and you have to stick with it. Unfortunately, we did.
Part of that is a guy like McDavid playing through the checking of whoever it's going to be, whether it's Kessler and Getzlaf. What did you think of his performance?
And, remarkable, really. I've had the honor of being around some tremendous players in my day. Datsuk and Joe Thornton and Patrick Marleau and Sidney Crosby, and those and you can go on. And Connor's at a very, very high level right now. He's separating himself, I believe, from a lot of people in the league, and I mean that say that with a lot of respect for the others, but he's just remarkable right now.
A lot of the players in your room, when we ask them about playoffs, they haven't been there before. But are these games like battle readying them?
Well, we're learning lessons throughout them, and one of them is that frustration, how to deal with it. I thought there was kind of two games in one. There was the 5-on-5 game where we didn't capitalize on a lot of really good opportunities, and then there was the special teams where we were getting our butts handed to us with 2 minutes left in the game, but we stuck with it, fought through the frustration, and found a way to come out of it. And those are all learning opportunities for our team. It's brand new for us.
Prior to the trade deadline, Peter said that he wasn't going to do a whole bunch because he thought that the team wasn't a Stanley Cup contender yet. Have you made incredible strides since then, or is it just, what do we see?
Well, I still believe we're a growth team, and we're showing it every night. We continue to grow, and the sky's the limit for this group, but it's going to take a lot of work. We need a few players to pick their game up a little bit, but the lessons that we've learned over the last month and a half, we seem to learn from a little bit quicker than we have in the past. We're able to apply the corrections or the adjustments and stick with it. So we're growing as a team. We enjoy tonight. We park it, like I've said all along, and we get on a plane. We know we're going to have our hands full the next 3 or 4.
Maybe just a thought on Talbot, a special night for him.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of forwards and defensemen on our team that get a lot of recognition, but obviously there's been significant talk about him as well. And to tie Grant Fuhr, just that alone, just listen to that comment. To tie Grant Fuhr is quite an accomplishment for a goaltender that came to an organization that was at the bottom of the barrel. And he's grown his game as well, and our players really rally around him. He's as much a glue piece as anybody else on the team.
Imagine a wide range of emotions on this one. Obviously, you guys didn't start the way you wanted to, but certainly played very well in the second period. Gibson played well, and you get a point out of it. Is that the way you kind of take this one?
Yeah, it stings because we take a penalty, late in the third period. We didn't get the puck out along the wall, and then we take a lazy hooking penalty that basically forces the referee to call it, and then we have a couple opportunities to clear the puck, on the penalty kill, and we don't get it down the ice, and they score a goal there, and then overtime hasn't been our friend this year, that's for sure, and we slip and fall and give up a 2-on-1, and the game's over. But I guess really what we have to do is just flush this one, because we got a big one tomorrow night in Calgary, and I expect the same type of hockey game and the intensity and the emotion that's going to be displayed on the ice as well as in the building.
What do you make of John Gibson's play, his first game in 3 weeks, and obviously he kept you guys in the game?
Yeah, he was outstanding, specifically in the first. We didn't have much going in the first. We were slow and off the mark, and it just seems that that early in some of these hockey games we don't seem to get our feet moving, and then we started to get our grind game going a little bit more, and we changed a few things and made a couple of adjustments, and then we started to attack, and next thing you know, we had a 2-1 lead with our power play. So on the road, you got to find ways to nurse those home, and right now, we've given up 2 points here in the last 2 games.
You have a back-to-back with Calgary starting tomorrow, and then you play them again next in Anaheim. How do you approach those against a possible playoff contender?
Well, again, it's not any different than when we approach this one. It's one game at a time, and let's worry about what we can control, and we can control our situation if we play well. And we got to play a better brand of hockey, or a more consistent brand of hockey for a full 60 minutes tomorrow night versus what we did tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you think Caggiula had a slash there before Vermi took the penalty?
I don't know. I didn't really see it, to tell you the truth. I was just was focused on what we were doing. I didn't really see what had happened there.
After at least the power play, I mean, two goals and 2 chances. Got to feel good about that waking up.
It would be nice to get more than 2 opportunities to practice it. We just don't seem to be on the plus side of the penalty ledger very often.
Can you update on Sami?
Just upper body at this point.
Okay.
It's another edition of Ask an Oiler presented by Sportsnet, and the Oiler we're going to ask questions of today is Drake Caggiula. How are you, Drake?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. That might be the easiest question you get in this. When I think of your season here with the Edmonton Oilers, and I look back a year, you were in college, you were getting ready to go for an NCAA title. Now, 12 months later, you're after a Stanley Cup. What's the last year been like for you?
It's been a whirlwind season. It's had a lot of ups and downs, but it's been a dream come true. You always, as a young kid, you always want to be in the NHL and play in the NHL, and it's been a dream come true to finally be here, and now to have that opportunity to fight for a Stanley Cup. It's a dream come true for sure.
Well, lots of people have lots of questions. Let's start with Garth from Fort McMurray, and he wants to know who was your favorite player in the NHL when you were growing up.
I was a big Steve Yzerman fan, and then Pavel Bure. So those 2 are kind of my favorite players growing up for sure.
Now, those are 2 very different types of players. What did you like about one, and what did you like about the other?
I like Pavel Bure because of his speed and his skill and the way he played the game. And Steve Yzerman was just, he's a captain. He did everything it took to win. He scored goals, he blocked shots, he took hits, he played injured a lot, and he's just a kind of guy that you kind of look up to because of that.
Samantha from North Battleford, Saskatchewan is wondering, and you've had so many great moments in your first year as an Edmonton Oiler, what stands out as your favorite?
That playing your first NHL game is obviously something you'll never forget. You wait your whole life for that opportunity to maybe happen, and finally for it to become a reality. It's a special thing, and then scoring my first NHL goal is always something I'm going to remember as well. So those 2 are definitely the 2 that stand out for sure.
Do you see replays of that goal? Do you just have it ingrained in your mind? You don't need to see a replay. Do you kind of walk yourself through that moment, that build-up, and then getting that first NHL goal?
Yeah, like people ask me how did you score your first goal, and you can remember that play without any hesitation. You know everything that happened. You can remember who was on the ice, where everyone was, and who you were playing against, and who was in net, and all that sort of stuff. So it's it's one of those things that's going to stick in your mind forever, and it's kind of fun to have that memory.
Becca from Chicago is wondering, as you work your way through the NHL cities, what is your favorite NHL city to visit?
Ooh, to visit. I was hurt at the start of the season, so I didn't get to go to a couple of cities like New York and stuff. But I've never been to California, so going to San Jose, LA, Anaheim, those have been fun, especially with the warm weather. And then I think Dallas. Dallas was where I played my first game, so that was definitely a fun spot for me. And I had one of my best friends plays in Dallas as well, so it was kind of fun to see him there as well.
Well, Jonas from Finland understands that number 9 is retired by the Edmonton Oilers, so not available to be worn. You wear number 36. Is there any reasoning behind getting that number or choosing that number?
Being a rookie, that's what they gave me at development camp, and I just haven't changed it. I don't know if I ever will change it. It's kind of special to have that first NHL number, but it is something that they gave me right from the get-go, and they said it was kind of a prestigious number around here, so I was more than happy to keep it.
Gene from Edmonton, Drake has a question. I'm not sure if Peter Chiarelli called you on the cell phone, but I do know that you're aware of Drake and the hotline bling, and how did that all work into your show and your entertainment as part of the Oilers Skills Competition?
Well, I've had a few fans tweet at me throughout the season saying that I should have a Drake song play every time I score a goal, which hasn't been that often, but the fans have kind of brought up that comparison. So I thought it would be a cool little thing to put together. And I didn't have much time. They kind of told us the night before that, hey, you got to do something. And I saw prior skills competitions where guys dressed up, and so I wanted to put on a bit of a show, and that was the best I could come up with, and had a little fun with it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Are you a fan of Drake?
Yeah, I have a lot of his songs on my phone, and he just released a new album, so I gotta get a couple more on there, and hopefully you can get to a concert one day.
Michaela from Calgary is wondering, what age did you start playing hockey, and maybe why?
Well, my dad was a huge hockey fan, and he put me into it right away. And the first time I wore skates, I was probably about 2 years old, and skating on the pond with my dad. And I started playing house league hockey when I was about 3 or 4 years old, and I fell in love with it right away. And I was always playing in my backyard, playing in my basement, going on the ponds, and playing as much as I possibly could.
This time of year, you're focused on hockey. There's no school to be concerned with. What's it like not having to juggle that compared to what you had to do with UND?
Yeah, it's definitely refreshing. Have a lot more free time on my hands, but with saying that, you find yourself kind of twiddling your thumbs a little bit at home, and I live on my own, so sometimes I'm just sitting at home by myself for countless hours, but we've been pretty good at finding some activities to do, whether it's go-kart racing or going to the mall, and just the other day, a couple of us rookies went over to the West End, and we were riding the roller coasters, so just finding little things to do just to keep us busy.
Well, the NHL is a bit of a roller coaster ride, but right now you're on and up, and hopefully there's no down in the near future. Drake, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
That's
Appreciate
Drake Caggiula as part of Ask an Oiler, presented by Sportsnet.